It is a great day here at the Center for Spiritual Living, where we embrace all faiths, cultures, and orientations. And wherever you are on your path in your life, you are welcome here. We are a glorious expression of the Spirit in all ways. And as part of that, we affirm our vision and mission every week. And you'll notice up on the screen, the words are that we can repeat together. If you'll read with me, we are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our mission statement, we read also, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. We created this vision and mission out of the community itself, and this is the truth that we express each Sunday, but really every day of our lives. And so I'm so glad to be a part of the community that knows this truth that's coming through us as us.
Good morning. So it's time for our invocation. So if you feel comfortable, you can soften your gaze or close your eyes. Just breathe in this magnificent morning that was given to us by the divine. The rolling clouds, the rain, the sunshine, the water that nourishes us and refreshes us and heals us and manifests a beautiful spring to come. So knowing that there is only this one beautiful life, this life of the Creator, knowing that this is our life, knowing that we are divinely blessed as we gather here today in our center, knowing that every word that is spoken, every song that is sung, that the music fills us with spirit, opens our heart, helps us to remember that we are one heart and one world, knowing that we are a blessing and what we do in the world blesses and nourishes as we are spirit embodied and manifest in the world. So just giving thanks for this day, for this life, for everything that happens in our service, for the blessed children in our center being taught about love and compassion, knowing all is well, taking in our divine gifts that we are, we just give thanks and we move into our meditation.
Still my mind, be at peace in my awakening. I relieve with my heart, free my soul in my awakening. I am whole. Om Shanti 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 Om Shanti.
So it's time for our affirmation, and I knew I was going to be on platform today, but I didn't know how I was going to feel after the monumental events of this week. And I have to say that I'm humbled and inspired and feel determined. And starting last Monday with the Martin Luther King Jr. events, I was so honored to be part of the coalition and the planning committee with Reverend Jay, starting on that Sunday evening with the film Selma, which is very powerful and is about good people standing up to do the right thing. And then the service events on Monday, where 1,000 people in Napa came to participate in all these service events. And then the beautiful ceremony Monday evening with a message of hope and unity and compassion. And then it was my birthday, and then the next day was the inauguration, which was kind of strange, but I had to sort of stay a little distant from the whole inauguration because of the sort of messaging of divisiveness and negativity. And then yesterday was the Women's March in Napa, and I have to tell you, it was the most inspiring, incredible thing. Thousands of people came out in Napa, little old Napa, to stand up for women's rights and for equality and for equity for all people, for peace and compassion and for our beautiful planet. It was really, really inspiring. And so I have to ask myself, how am I going to show up now? How am I going to be in this tumultuous time of transformation on Earth, of humanity? And what am I going to do? And a friend sent me a link, and there was a quote that I want to share with you, which was from the last prophecy of Crazy Horse, and this really helped me. Upon suffering, beyond suffering, the red nation shall rise again, and it shall be a healing for a sick world. A world filled with broken promises, selfishness, and separateness. A world longing for light again. I see a time of 7 generations when all the colors of mankind will gather under the sacred tree of life, and the whole earth will become one circle again. In that day there will be those among the Lakota who will carry knowledge and understanding of the unity among all living things. And the young white ones will come to those of my people and ask for the wisdom. I salute the light within your eyes where the whole universe dwells. For when you are at that center within, and I am in that place within me, we shall be as one. So I feel like I'm called to spiritual activism, to be in the world and do things, to take action for the higher good of all, and to have courage. And that might mean calling Congress every week or every day for things that matter. But it also means staying in the high vibration of consciousness and love, to continue earnestly the practice of meditation and prayer, both individually and collectively, so that I don't slip into fear and despair or judgment or hatefulness. To stand for love, to participate in the great awakening and hold and know the truth that a world that works for everyone is actually already manifest. So your affirmation is on your program. And if you would please say it with me 3 times together. I am a loving and courageous spiritual activist, creating a world of compassion and peace. I am a loving and courageous spiritual activist, creating a world of compassion and peace. I am a loving and courageous spiritual activist, creating a world of compassion and peace. And so it is.
The world may not be as we want it to be, we think, in our mind, but that's our individual attachment to how we think the world should be. We can know a greater love and a greater joy in all aspects of our lives if we're willing to open up to the Spirit. But we have to be willing to let go of these attachments. And in that, we're going to be creating a conscious majority. Now, when I'm talking about letting go of the outcome, letting go of our attachments, a lot of that is our wishes and intentions. You know, we teach that here strongly, that we believe that as we affirm, as we know it in our lives, that we're creating a world that works for us, a world that works for everybody. And yet when we plant the seeds of the divine ideas, the truth that we know in our lives, if you think about it in gardening, when you plant a seed, you're not digging it back up every few days to see if it's growing or not. You allow it to grow. You nurture it. You water it. You make sure it's getting enough sun. And there may be some weeds that grow alongside of it. And you pull those weeds. You let go of those negative thoughts. You let go of the things that stand in the way of nurturing this beauty and this love that we want to experience in our lives. And together we're gardening together that which is greater, the love and the truth that we can know in our lives. But sometimes it's a challenge. I told this story, if you're in my class on Tuesday nights, it's a repeat of a story, but it's a good story. So there was a woman, husband and wife, who took their 2-year-old son out to the beach for the first time. And he was dressed up to the nines because they thought he had to look right if he's going to the beach. So he had on his swimming suit and a shirt that you could pull off to go swimming and a hat to protect his son. And he was all ready for the beach. And they took him down to the water and he was kind of playing in the water. And then they stepped back and were setting up a picnic for them to sit down and eat and watch the waves and everything. And suddenly a big wave rushed in, knocked him over and took him out into the water and started taking him out to sea. And the mom goes, God, save my son. Bring him back to me. I don't know what I'd do without him. And suddenly another wave washed him back on the shore, back onto the sand. And she knelt down and was seeing if he was okay. And he was breathing. He was fine. And then she looked up and God goes, okay, thank you, but where's his hat? So we can accept God in our lives, but it has to be in a certain way. Like, where's the hat? You said this and that, and I was going to get all of it, but this is missing. But the experience was life. Life was brought back. Life was rejuvenated and healed, but we may not know what it's going to look like, and we have to let that go. We have to allow Spirit to do its work through us. Allow it to be it. Ernest Holmes said that we are surrounded by an infinite possibility. It is goodness, love, compassion, peace, healing, wholeness, forgiveness, empowerment. If we want to demonstrate some particular good, we must be conscious of this particular good. The mind must conceive it and embody this idea. So we're surrounded by all that we seek: the love, the compassion, the healing, the wholeness, forgiveness. And if we want to demonstrate that, we must become conscious of it. We must conceive it in our mind, conceive of the divine idea, and then we embody it. And what I mean by embody is that we know it in our whole body. It's not just an idea. It's just not a thought we have. It starts with a thought. It thoughts in our quiet times, or a time of reflection, a time of awareness, or even a time of panic. We affirm what we desire, but we bring it into our body. We align it. We know it in our soul. We wear it. We walk it. We march it. Now, if you're a neighbor of mine, you might see me out walking frequently by myself, and yet I'm talking. Now, I'm not yelling like some people who are challenged with their mental capacities, but I am talking because I am saying my prayers, I'm talking my talk, and I'm knowing the truth because I need to feel it. I need to know it in my body. I need to march it. And that was the beautiful thing about the march yesterday. There were people marching for peace, for love, for equal treatment. And it's for. We try not to be against anything. We go for, and that's the way the nature of Spirit works. But sometimes we need to deny, we need to say no to things that don't work. No to our attachments. No to mistreatment of us or other people. And by doing that, we're leaving room. By clearing out. It's like if you were going to redecorate your house, you wouldn't leave the old furniture in there while you brought new furniture in. It'd be a crowded place. And sometimes, I don't know about yours, but my brain's a pretty crowded place. And I need to let go of some of it. I just need to clear it out, get rid of the cobwebs, open it up, and really listen to something greater. A more powerful thing, and embody it. And embodying it, then I am open to this good. I can know this good. I can be a greater expression of this truth and how we know that God is in our lives. But we let go of things that are shame and blame, what I call our cows, where we, our couldas, oughta, wouldas, and shouldas. Our couldas, oughtas, wouldas, shouldas, so our cows the things we lay on ourselves, and we open to a greater beauty and love. How many people have seen the movie Collateral Beauty? I highly recommend. It's an extremely spiritual movie. And without telling you what the movie is about, I can just kind of tell you about the title and what they mean by that. So collateral beauty is in contrast to the term collateral damage. Collateral damage is a term from war or politics that says the ends justify the means. That in order to win a battle, in order to win a war, in order to get a political advantage, that there's some damage. There are lives lost, there are people injured, there's property damaged. Now, whether you believe in that or not, whether it justifies it or not, I'm just telling you what that term means, collateral damage. Collateral beauty is a very different term. It suggests that that which we live, that which we endure at times, things we don't, that are a struggle, that are uncomfortable, that if we continue to be open and mindful, there's beauty along the way. That we don't wait for the end result. We don't wait until we have that perfect job, that perfect relationship, that perfect situation, that perfect health to feel the joy and the beauty. That it is along the way. It is collateral along the way that we can trade being fully alive, because it requires us to be fully alive, fully open, letting go of any attachments we have so we can experience this beauty. That's the collateral beauty I'm talking about. So the movie, I really once again recommend that. I don't know if it's in the theater anymore. If it's not, we'll see if we can get a copy of it and show it here at the center, because it's just an extraordinary movie, extraordinary ideas behind that movie. But we also know that when we let go of these attachments, that we can have this deeper relationship, that we can embody this peace and joy. So the 64 days that we're continuing to do a peace and compassion, that we're doing different activities, different programs and things like that allow us to continue this march, this walk, knowing it. So we have some visitors today from San Francisco who came in just to be with us today. And they're part of a movement called the World Peace Prayer Society. And we're going to have an event about a month from now on a Saturday that I'm going to tell you more about. But just to make sure it's in your calendars, the Symphony of Peace Prayers that we'll have that day. Now, to give you a little bit of background, Reverend Julie and I were in San Diego, and we were at the Engaged Spirituality. And you might have already heard when Julie spoke last, she talked about, or I think it was 2 times ago when she talked in November, October, November, in that time, November I think it was, that she talked about the Goy Foundation and different parts of it. So I'd like to invite our visitor, or at least Shahiru Yokoyama. So first of all, welcome. It's such an honor for you to be here. I met you when we were in San Diego, and your teacher was also there. And could you tell me about her? Would you call her your teacher or your leader of the foundation?
We don't call, officially we don't call teacher, but her name is Masami Sayonji, and she is a chairperson of Byakko Shinkokai and Goy Peace. Organization is consists of 3 organizations: Byakko Shinkokai and Goy Peace Foundation and World Peace Prayer Society. But she is absolute leader or spiritual leader of us.
Spiritual leader is what you would call her.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I noticed that when she was there, you held a lot of respect for her as a spiritual leader. And she's, this morning I was presented with a couple books that she has written, and so with certain sayings. And it's very powerful, and part of the work, let me reach across you here and grab this. So part of what they do is this is your spiritual leader
Right.
here,
Mm-hmm.
right? And how do you say her name again?
Masami Sayonji.
Masami.
Sayonji.
And she's a very joyful person, very powerful in her quiet way. And part of their work is the Peace Pole Project, where all around the world the peace poles are planted there with the Dalai Lama, Mother Teresa, the previous Pope, as well as in Egypt, and really over how many peace polls was it?
Actually, I researched since San Diego, and currently officially that they are saying more than 200,000 peace polls.
200,000 peace
Probably,
polls.
yeah.
Wow.
But
And,
I think there are more than 200,000 because there's a number of the people reported to the headquarters. But individually people can plant peace board anywhere. So I think we have more than 200,000 peace board over the world.
Yeah, that's great. And then there are also these events they have annually, but maybe I was confused because annually or is it monthly in Mount Fuji, where these thousands of people gather?
Event we having them annually is every May. We call it SOPP, Symphony of Peace Prayer. It's the interfaith event.
An interfaith event.
We invite spiritual leaders or whoever is working for peace for the world to the. We call that place is Fuji Sanctuary. It's the headquarters of Byakko Shinkokai. The headquarters of the Peace Foundation is in Tokyo, but headquarters of Byakko Shinkokai is Fuji Sanctuary, and it's in Fuji. So we invite spiritual leader all over the place. It's different, different people from the different organizations come to the Fuji Sanctuary, and we ask them to provide their, lead their prayer. So the people sitting on the ground,
Yes.
and sometimes I am the one of them. I'm sitting on the ground, and we get some program, and the program including the prayer because we don't know that they are prayers. So the prayer
because
already
they're interfaith prayers.
Right. So
Okay.
the leader from the different organization lead the prayer and we follow them. So sometimes I understand just the sound, but it's very, very, exciting moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like at the MLK commemoration, some of the prayers were spoken in Spanish as well. Some of the songs were. And guess what? God speaks Spanish too. And Japanese.
Yeah.
And all languages, because it's the consciousness. It's not the language that's there. So beautiful. And there was one phrase I pulled off that these peace prayers or the work you do is an inner awakening and empower the creativity of the individuals or the real forces that will shape our collective future, and will serve as a bridge to a culture of peace that would draw forth the divine spark in all humanity. I love that. And I know that you often talk about that divine spark that's within us all.
Yeah. Okay. The Masami is start talking about divine. Start talking about that. Masami say each individual has divine spark. Each of us. So, no matter which, whether they are criminal or a terrorist, or no matter which country we born or which language you speak, or no matter which education level we have or whatever. So each of us has divine spark. It's like a sun. I like this example. And for example, the sun shining 24/7 days. But sometimes cloud is covered the sun, and we cannot see the sunshine. But even the cloud is covered in the sun, but it's same as the divine spark inside us. Sometimes cloud is covering our divine spark, but sometimes we can make a crack between the cloud and the sunshine is coming out, so divine spark coming between crack. So our prayer is making the crack on the cloud and try to get sunshine from between the divine spark from between the crack.
Right, right. Actually, that's what we teach. How many people know exactly what she's talking about? Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. And then in February, what we're doing on that Saturday is we're doing a symposium of peace prayers, which means we'll be speaking, may peace prevail on earth to all countries. We'll be naming different countries and may peace prevail on earth, right?
Right. So this is event, the probably it's confusing. Symphony's peace prayer event is once a year, but every year the people is gathering headquarters in Fuji Sanctuary and doing world peace prayer. So currently 194 countries are registered United Nations, and we call the peace for each country one by one. It's like may peace prevail in the United States and may peace prevail in Argentina, something A through Z.
That's beautiful.
Right.
That's beautiful. As well as we'll rededicate a peace pole, a new peace pole we have, and we'll bring that in and we'll show that to everybody. So I'm excited about that. We're going to welcome you, and I just encourage you to put that on your calendar, February 25th. 1 p.m. I think is the time. We need to confirm that, but just mark it on your calendars, because I think it's good work to do, because we are this divine spark we have in all of us, that we can know this peace, we can embody this peace, we can be this peace, and we can know it not only for ourselves but for this country and all countries. So.
Yes. And it's very important starting the peace from the United States from now, and people is watching the United States from all over the,
Yes.
the world.
Yes. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me here.
So that'll be beautiful. So part of this 64 days. Coming back to this truth, though, about embodying. So we know that we can embody peace, we can embody joy to the degree that we become conscious, to the degree that we embody it, to the degree that we're able to let go of it. So I'd like to invite Diego to sing us a song to come back to a little more reflective time about what it is we're letting go of. And contemplate what it is you need to let go of in your life.
I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. I am letting go. I am healed, I am made whole. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. I am letting go. I am healed, I am made whole.
So as we step into a moment of prayer, we're just willing to let go. We may not even know what it is we need to let go of. We simply are willing. We surrender. We let go and allow Spirit. We know it knows the best way. And we can affirm that which we seek, and we know Spirit is working through us as us. That's what it does. And we let it do what it does best by simply allowing, letting go, and allowing. We are grateful for this process that we can just be. We're grateful for Spirit in our lives, and we allow it to do what it does. And so it is.
I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. I am letting go. I am healed, I am made whole. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. I am letting go. I am healed, I am made whole. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. I am letting go. I am healed, I am